In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the dog on an MB550. In reality, the MB550 has a pretty stout dog on it to begin with. That's one thing I like about it, but every once in a while you are going to get one that's messed up, and you can see that is definitely not how the dog should look. So one thing for starters, and I actually just found this out, is that there's two different styles of dogs. Well, there's actually three. The old style, which is kind of what this is. You can see it's got a bend in the dog right at the end. And now the newer dogs are straight, but they're also this longer dog is to match the old style for the old style 550s, and the shorter dog is for the newer ones. I didn't realize that. Ordered a dozen of them, and didn't pay any attention to it. And a few months later, I actually got around to finally changing the stuff out, and recognized it, and called Minnesota Trapline Products, and there's some jam up folks, great folks to deal with, and they told me what the problem was, and told me that I needed the old one, and they sent me a half a dozen replacement, the correct dogs, free of charge, no cost. So I can't say enough good things about them. If you ever need any trapping supplies, look up Minnesota Trapline Products, because they can definitely get you hooked up, and there's some great folks to deal with. And if you've got any questions about any of this, give them a call, because they don't hesitate. They don't mind talking with you on the phone and trying to make sure you understand and are getting exactly what you want. So first off, for taking this old dog off, the best thing that I found is these S-hook tools that are they got the sharp edges, or they got the sharp points to them. They're really stout. I mean, you can see how thick they are, but it goes right in perfectly. So you can just simply, the opening's on the bottom side of the dog, and so I'll just simply put the pinchers just inside that opening, and then I'm going to just squeeze it together. Like I said, these things are stout, but that should open me up enough to get my old dog off. And like I said, that the new dog versus the old dog, the new dog versus the old dog, definitely a problem with that one. So throw that to the side. The new one here, we'll try to sit it in the trap. Just hook it right in, and now it's not fitting just right. Instead of trying to open up the thing a little bit, I just open up the opening of the dog a little bit. I'm just going to give it a little love tap. There it goes, popped right in. So there we go. Now we just need to crimp it down. And like I said, these things are stout. I'd recommend a good long set of channel lock pliers to do this with. And I'm just going to, initially I want it to close, I want it to close straight down. So I'm going to kind of position it to where I can grab it at where it's a pretty straight up and down angle. And just, that one was actually went pretty easily. So I just squeezed it together, and there, it's ready. It's ready to go. But the thing I don't like having a lot of slop in my dog. You can see how that thing slides back and forward and backwards a lot. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my channel lock pliers, and I'm going to squeeze it in this way, so that it actually tightens up on the trap frame, and hopefully takes a lot of that play out of the dog. So what I'm going to do is, I got the dog flopped over, kind of how it should be when you're getting ready to set the trap, and I'm just going to take my channel lock pliers, and I'm going to put it right under the dog. There we go. Alright, so you can see now, I mean, that hole was a lot smaller, and it's got a little bit of play, but not near the amount of play that it had. And I can see where, I kind of put the dog underneath the pan and ease it down. Bam, it locks into place right where it's supposed to. But the trap won't, the pan won't go all the way down, so I'm going to take a look at that. I'm going to go ahead and set the trap, and we'll see how it fires. I'll pop that dog way up. then I'm going to come in under the loose jaw to adjust my pan so that I don't have to worry about getting caught. And I'll just ease it down until it clicks. So now she's set. If you look at it, it's not perfectly level, but it's pretty darn close. I can live with that. Now I'm just going to give it a little downward pressure and see how hard it is to fire. And that's not too bad. So I can live with that. I think that's all there is to it. Now the pan tension, you know, because of this pause a trip pan that these MB550s have on them, it's not as easy as adjusting the pan tension. You actually have to use it, bend the dog some to adjust the pan tension. But they come set at 2.5 pounds of pressure, which is really a pretty good. You really shouldn't have to mess with that unless you want to make it. You can make it heavier or lighter. I've never had a problem catching gray fox or anything small in my trap, so I like it where it's at. One thing that you may have to do, you know, if your dog got all messed up, especially if your trap got run over by some machinery or something, a truck maybe, is you may have to actually adjust the frame. So, you know, this piece right here can bend in and out. So to adjust how level your trap pan is, you may have to adjust this back and forth to kind of work on the leveling of your pan. One way to do that is just with your pair of channel lock pliers. Again, you just grab the frame. You just grab the frame and bend it whichever way that you need to, back or forth. But they do make a special tool just for adjusting the frame there right around the dog. And you can see here it's got a notch for the dog, and then it's got a notch that the frame slides right into. So you put it right over the... It's going to make a liar out of me. These MB550 might be a little bit too... There we go. So see, it fits right over the... right around the dog, right on the frame, and then you can take that and you can bend it whichever way you want to. You got plenty of leverage there. It's solid. That's a handy tool to have. You know, sometimes on the trap line, you get out there and you trap, something happens to your trap, and you need to adjust it a little bit. And so, like I say, you can get away with channel locks, but I like having this tool. It's pretty cheap and easy, so I keep this in my pack. But that's how you replace the dog on an MB550.